Jordan Ellis sat at a red light in her well-kept but modest silver Honda Accord, the engine humming softly beneath her hands. She glanced toward the sleek skyline of the upscale district of Oak Ridge Heights. Her palms were damp with anticipation, though not from nerves. Excitement coursed through her as she prepared to surprise her husband, Elijah. Today was the day she would purchase the dream car he had been quietly fantasizing about for years. Not leased, not finance, purchased outright. Elijah Ellis was a visionary entrepreneur, the brilliant mind behind a revolutionary cybersecurity firm that had grown into a multi-billion-dollar enterprise. While his name was known in the tech world, Jordan's face was not. And that was fine by her. A former educator turned philanthropic strategist, she preferred staying out of the limelight. Despite their enormous wealth, the Elises lived with quiet dignity, focusing on supporting STEM programs in underserved communities and providing scholarships to first-generation college students. The only splash of extravagance Elijah had ever allowed himself to dream about was a new Lurox T9 Hypercoupe, a marvel of engineering and elegance. He spoke about it the way most men might describe their first kiss, wistful, a little giddy, and deeply sentimental. Jordan had spent weeks planning this surprise. She'd worked with Elijah's assistant, Donnie, to handle the logistics discreetly. The car was pre-ordered, customized in midnight obsidian with brushed gold trim, and was set to arrive in a few weeks, just in time for his birthday. As she pulled into the parking lot of Capital Lux Motors, the premier exotic car dealership in the region, Jordan checked her phone. Donnie had confirmed the appointment. Everything was ready. She exhaled slowly and stepped out of the car, her navy blazer crisp, slacks perfectly pressed, and her short coiled hair neatly styled. Her expression was calm, focused. Today was supposed to be beautiful. Inside Capital Lux Motors, the showroom sparkled. Italian marble floors gleamed beneath a display of Pedrino, Monteverde, and Veltron models, all vehicles that came with six-figure price tags. Salespeople in fitted suits hovered around well-heeled clients, some sipping champagne while admiring matte-finished sports cars. Jordan approached the front desk with a confident smile. "Good morning. My name is Jordan Ellis. I have an appointment with Leo scheduled by my husband's assistant." The receptionist, a young woman named Bree, checked her screen and nodded warmly. "Yes, I see you here. Leo's just wrapping up another appointment. Would you like some water or espresso while you wait?" "Water, please," Jordan replied, taking a seat in the VIP lounge. She barely had time to relax when she noticed a woman staring at her from across the showroom. Blonde, mid-40s, sharp features, perfectly tailored suit. Jordan clocked her instantly as a manager. The woman didn't smile. Instead, she muttered something to Bree and shot Jordan another glance, her expression laced with skepticism. Jordan's gut twisted. She knew that look. It wasn't curiosity. It was judgment, doubt masquerading as diligence. Within minutes, Leo, a young, enthusiastic consultant, arrived with a wide smile. "Mrs. Ellis, pleasure to meet you. We're all set. Let's head to my office and finalize things." They walked past rows of glass-walled offices. Jordan noticed the blonde manager trailing behind, arms crossed. "That's our sales director, Miranda Tate," Leo whispered with a hint of discomfort. "She's hands-on." In his office, Jordan presented the documents, proof of deposit, confirmation of full payment via wire transfer, and all the necessary authorization from their joint business account. Leo's eyes widened with approval. "This is perfect. Honestly, we don't get many customers who pay in full upfront anymore. It's refreshing." But before they could proceed, Miranda knocked sharply and walked in without waiting for an invitation. "Leo, a word," she said coldly. Jordan could hear raised voices outside the door. Miranda's tone was sharp and biting. "Do you even know if she can afford this?" she snapped. "We don't finalize six-figure sales with unverified walk-ins." Leo pushed back, mentioning the appointment, the documentation, the deposit, everything in place. Jordan sat silently, hands folded, jaw clenched. Her heart pounded not from fear, but from fury. This was racial profiling, thinly veiled in corporate policy. When they returned, Miranda's smile was tight and strained. "Mrs. Ellis, due to protocol, we'll need to verify your payment and documentation. It's standard for high-value purchases." "I understand," Jordan said coolly. "But all of that was handled. I've provided everything you need. I'm paying in full via wire transfer. No financing. My husband's assistant already cleared it with you." Miranda's condescension didn't falter. We'll still need to run internal checks. In the meantime, I recommend browsing some of our more practical models. Jordan blinked. Practical models. Leo turned red. Miranda, we've already cleared the deposit. Miranda's expression didn't change. I'll be right back, she said, then left. Leo offered Jordan an apologetic look. Please don't take that personally. She's just overly cautious. But Jordan wasn't fooled. Caution wasn't the issue. Prejudice was. 15 minutes later, Jordan stood beside Leo in the showroom admiring the display model of the Lurox T9. It was everything Elijah had dreamed of, sleek, elegant, roaring with restrained power. As Leo explained the performance specs, Miranda returned with 2 male employees flanking her. I'm sorry, but you'll need to leave, Miranda said loudly. Jordan blinked. Excuse me. We haven't verified your documents. We don't allow unconfirmed customers to handle or view our high-end models. It's a security concern. I've paid. You have my deposit. I see no confirmation, Miranda lied. Please escort her out. The men approached. Jordan's heart pounded. You're making a big mistake, she said through gritted teeth. I've heard that before, Miranda replied. Husbands, lawyers, billionaires. Save it. Leave before we call security. The shame didn't sting, what did was the injustice. As she left, head held high, Leo whispered, I'm so sorry. Back in her car, Jordan gripped the wheel tightly, breathing fast. Every part of her wanted to scream. But instead, she called Donnie. They threw me out, she said, voice trembling. Said I wasn't verified. After everything we sent. Donnie was furious. That's ridiculous. I'll call their regional director. This will not stand. No, Jordan said. Don't tell Elijah yet. I wanted this to be a surprise. Let me see how they respond first. That night, Donnie reached out to Alan Miles, Capital Lux's regional director. Alan, a sharp man with a strong PR instinct, immediately sensed the storm brewing. The next morning, Miranda strode into the dealership, smug and oblivious. She exchanged pleasantries with staff, completely unaware of the fire she'd lit. But as the day wore on, she heard whispers, staff murmuring about Jordan Ellis, the woman she'd kicked out. Some had seen the deposit receipt. Others had heard her last name and put 2 and 2 together. Then Alan called. I'm coming in. We need to talk about a situation with a high-profile client. Be ready. Just as Miranda hung up, a silver Rolls-Royce Phantom rolled up outside the showroom. Staff froze. Heads turned. The vehicle glided to a stop, and a chauffeur stepped out to open the door. Out stepped Elijah Ellistal, poised in a navy-tailored suit. Behind him came Jordan, elegant and composed. Inside, customers moved aside instinctively. Leo ran forward. Mr. Ellis. Mrs. Ellis. Please write this way. Miranda emerged from her office, her confidence cracking as recognition dawned. Elijah turned to her. You must be Miranda Tate, he said calmly. I'm here to discuss how you treated my wife yesterday. Miranda swallowed hard. In the conference room, Alan arrived moments later. Elijah, Jordan, Miranda, and Alan sat down. Elijah didn't raise his voice. He didn't have to. My wife came to make a purchase. She had an appointment, full payment, and every document in order. Instead, she was humiliated and removed from the premises. I want to know why. Miranda sputtered excuses about protocol, unverified payments, people who pretend to be someone. Jordan's voice cut through it all. What you meant was that you didn't believe a black woman could afford the car. You saw my appearance, not my credentials. Alan glanced at Miranda. Is that true? Miranda shifted. I just thought. That she was lying? Elijah interrupted. That's what you thought. Jordan continued. You told me to come back when I had real money. I hope you realize how insulting that was. Alan leaned forward. I've spoken with several employees. Their accounts match Mrs. Ellis's. Miranda, I'm afraid your behavior violates company policy and ethics standards. We'll be discussing your termination immediately. Miranda's face went pale. Elijah stood. We're not interested in buying anything here. We'll take our business elsewhere. But we are considering legal action and we may go public. Alan nodded solemnly. I understand. And I'll do everything possible to make this right. As Jordan and Elijah exited the dealership, the staff stood frozen. Word spread like wildfire. By afternoon, Miranda was cleaning out her office under the watchful eye of security. At home, Jordan recounted everything to Elijah over lunch. He took her hand. "You didn't ruin anything. You stood up for yourself. I'm proud of you." A week later, Jordan contacted a friend who owned another luxury dealership known for championing diversity. They completed the car order without issue. And one sunny afternoon, Elijah came home to find the obsidian gold Lurox T9 parked in their driveway, bow and all. Jordan grinned. "Happy early birthday." He laughed, pulling her into a hug. "You're incredible." The car was beautiful, but their resilience, their love, their unity, that was the real victory. And Capital Lux Motors? They issued a public apology and quietly fired Miranda. Jordan shared her story publicly, not to shame, but to educate. Her account sparked national dialogue on racial bias in luxury spaces. Months later, at a tech gala, Jordan spotted Miranda working as a volunteer. Their eyes met. Miranda approached, humbled. "I've changed. I'm sorry." Jordan believed in second chances. She handed Miranda the card of her friend's dealership. "Prove it. Not with words. With actions." In that moment, there was no hatred, only hope. Because justice, when paired with grace, doesn't just punish, it transforms. For